Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? So today's video, I didn't actually plan to film today. I've had this video idea in mind for a minute, but I didn't plan to film it today. I had another video in mind that I was gonna film, but that just didn't work out for me. So I decided, why not sit down and film this video instead? So I have some products here next to me, and I just wanna go ahead and talk about and highlight some of my favorite beauty products from Black-owned brands. I've got mainly makeup, but I do have some skincare and hair care products as well. I wanted to talk about these products specifically because these are brands that I think have made incredible products. They're really high performance and I've enjoyed using them, but I feel like they're not necessarily on everyone's radar. Some of these brands came out just this year, I believe, and other ones, they've been out for a while, but I'm just now hearing about them this year because Sephora has been carrying more Black-owned brands. So I've had the opportunity to experiment with some products. I found some that I really love, and I just want to go ahead and share them with y'all. Also, as y'all can see, I have a new background. I got a backdrop because I was just really annoyed with all the clutter in the background, and I just like to have this nice, clean, crisp look. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do you like having a nice, clean background like this? So without further ado, let's just talk about my favorite beauty products from Black-owned brands. Before I do that though, I do just want to say thank you to all my new and returning subscribers out there. Thank y'all so much for sticking around, constantly supporting my content and helping me to grow my channel. If you're new here and you haven't already, if you like skincare and makeup related content, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell button as well so I can get a notification every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into it. So like I said, the majority of these products are makeup products. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the makeup products first, but I'm going to go ahead and list everything down in the description as well. And if you're interested in just certain products, I'll go ahead and include a timestamp as well, so that way you can just skip around and see what products you want to see. So the first two products I want to talk about are actually from Fenty Beauty, and I know Fenty Beauty is a really popular brand. I'm sure it doesn't need any introduction. You know, we've all been loving Rihanna even before she came out on the makeup scene, and to be honest, I could just make a whole Fenty Beauty related video about products I love from Fenty Beauty, but I do just want to go ahead and highlight two products that she released this year that I've really been loving. The first one being this Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. Now, I've talked about this multiple times when I'm just doing like a casual get ready with me video, or you know, I just am not doing a foundation review focused video. I've been pretty much using this as my foundation. It has a great coverage. It's somewhere between medium and full coverage if you really build it up without looking cakey, but of course it's a skin tint, so you have the option to go in with a lighter layer and just give you a quick wash of color to just even everything out. It really does deliver on that skin blurring effect as well, at least for me. I don't necessarily have the most prominent pores, but what I do have, it manages to blur them out and cover them up. And just like the other Fenty complexion products, I believe this is sweat resistant, transfer resistant, supposed to be long wearing. For me, it lasts well throughout the day. I usually wear it for like 8 to 10 hours. I really love this product, can't hype it up enough. And then we've also got her Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Even though I have oily skin, I've never really been drawn to powder foundations, but when I saw Fenty was dropping a powder foundation, I was like, you know, I gotta try it. I gotta support my girl. We're gonna see what's up. It does leave your skin looking matte, but it's not that washed out flat matte. And if your skin underneath is a little glowy, that will kind of translate through your foundation as well. Like the other complexion products from Fenty, this one actually has a medium to full coverage, really delivers on that, covers everything up really well, layers really well as well without looking powdery or cakey, and surprisingly it's not drying on the skin either. And one thing that surprised me about this as well is you can actually blend cream products on top of this really well. I wasn't expecting them to be so blendable, but I have tried some cream blushes and bronzers on top and they blend out beautifully. It doesn't bounce or skip or anything. So now I want to talk about a couple products from this brand, LYS Beauty. If y'all are interested in any of the products I'm going to talk about from this brand specifically, I did sign up for their mailing list and they sent out an email basically extending offers to apply to be a brand ambassador. I applied and I got approved, so if you want to check them out, if you want to buy directly from the website, I do have a code. I'll go ahead and leave a link to the website as well as my code down in the description below so that I can get a 20% discount on any products you buy from the website. I have 3 products from the brand I want to talk about here. The first one I'm going to talk about, one of the first products I tried from the brand. It's this No Limits Matte Bronzer. I have mine here in the shade Harmony. I can go ahead and do a swatch on my arm so y'all can see. So this is supposed to be for, I believe, light to medium skin tones. That's what that looks like swatched on my arm. So this comes in 5 shades. This is the second lightest shade. There's one for fair to light, I believe, as well. And then there's 3 shades darker than this one. Now, being a Black-owned brand, obviously, I wasn't expecting shade range and inclusion to be an issue. A lot of these mainstream brands aren't known for being inclusive. They've been a lot better about trying, but a lot of these brands still miss the mark. So like I said, there's 3 darker than this. It's very inclusive. And another thing about this brand, LYS Beauty, is it's actually a clean beauty brand. Now, clean beauty beauty means a lot of things to a lot of different people. For some people, clean beauty just means formulating without certain potentially problematic ingredients. For me, clean beauty is about buying products that contain skin-loving ingredients so that I feel less guilty about wearing my makeup products. So each of the products from this brand I'm going to feature have some different skincare ingredients in here, some skin-loving benefits. For the bronzer specifically, we've got ingredients like niacinamide, which is really good, especially for oily skin types. It really helps to regulate sebum production, decrease the appearance of enlarged pores, but it's good for all skin types really. We've also got green tea extract in here for further antioxidant support, and it helps to soothe the skin. And there's also hyaluronic acid, which serves as a humectant and draws moisture into the skin to help plump up fine lines and wrinkles and to give your skin a nice plump and hydrated appearance. The blend on this is immaculate. It buffs out really well on top of powder, cream, whatever you've got going on underneath. It doesn't skip at all. I'm actually currently wearing the bronzer right now, and it's actually probably my new favorite. For the longest time, I was a huge fan of the Fenty Sunstalker powder bronzer, but I think this one honestly has that one beat. And I believe compared to the Fenty one, this one has more product and it's also at a lower price. So something worth noting. Another product I want to feature from this brand is this Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush, and I have mine here in the shade Confident. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that on my arm for y'all as well. That's what it looks like swatched really heavy on the arm. That shade is described as being a pink cinnamon spice. Now that swatch might have looked really intense on my arm, but it actually blends out beautifully, and these blushes are really pigmented. Like I said, the founder of this brand obviously has deeper skin tones in mind, so these products are going to be really pigmented. They're going to have really good color payoff, so they're going to show up on people with darker skin tones, but for those of you with lighter skin tones, they're still going to be beautiful and they're going to work well. And you know, you actually get the benefit of not having to go in with as much product. I get a really nice color payoff from this, and I'll show you all with it blended out. So you can see here's a heavy swatch, and here I have it blended out, and when I have it blended out and it's more sheer, I don't apply such a heavy layer. It kind of has a nice nude flush thing going on. Some ingredients in here that I want to highlight include vitamin E, which is a really good antioxidant ingredient. We've got avocado oil, which is really rich in essential fatty acids that are important for skin's health, and it also helps to lock in hydration without being comedogenic. It doesn't clog the pores at all. But the main ingredient in here that I'm excited about is kaolin clay. Kaolin clay just helps to absorb the excess oils in the skin. It helps to kind of smooth over the appearance of pores, blur those out, and it really just keeps the blush looking nice and fresh all day long without looking too dewy or greasy, which is a problem that I've had with some cream blushes in the past. So thankfully, with the inclusion of the kaolin clay, I don't have an issue with that. It looks beautiful all day long, and because of the pigment as well, you don't really have to worry about it fading. It doesn't really fade on me. And then the last product I want to talk about is this Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder, and I have mine in the shade Ambition, which is for medium to tan skins. As you can see, it's like a nice golden yellow undertone to it. So this setting powder comes in 4 different shades. There's a translucent one, and then you have a setting powder for light, medium, and deep skin tones. Like I said, I have the one that's in medium. It's got a pretty similar ingredients list to the powder bronzer. Again, we've got that niacinamide in there, we've got that green tea extract, and we've also got hyaluronic acid. So we're going to see all the same benefits from the setting powder that we're going to see from the bronzer. But I really love that the setting powder does a good job of helping to set everything. It does give your skin a matte appearance, but it's a soft matte. It's not going to be the type of matte that washes you out and has you looking flat. And again, it's going to help to blur the appearance of pores, fine lines, all that good stuff. I really love to just go ahead and set my foundation and my T-zone specifically with this, and it just has me looking good all day long. Nothing budges. Again, if y'all are interested in shopping any of these products or any other products from the brand, I will go ahead and leave a link to the website down in the description, as well as my code. Be sure to check it out. Next, I want to highlight 2 products from this brand, Danessa Myricks Beauty. So I have her Power Bronzer and her Contour Balm. I want to talk about the Power Bronzer first. So I have mine here in the shade Medium, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch that on my arm for y'all to see. So here is the Power Bronzer from Danessa Myricks. This is the shade Medium. There's a shade lighter than this, I believe, and then a shade darker as well. So as you can see from the swatch, it does have a warm undertone. It's a really good bronzing product. It does have some neutral tones in it as well though, so it doesn't pull too orange. It still looks nice and natural. It's a cream product, so it has the blendability of a cream. Again, it blends out immaculately. It doesn't skip or anything. It doesn't look patchy. It doesn't look greasy or anything like that on top of the skin. These Danessa Myricks Beauty products are really high performance. The cream products blend out well on top of both liquid and powder complexion products, which really surprised me. Not necessarily every cream bronzer blends well on top of powder products, but you know, you can go ahead and use a powder foundation. You can set your face with powder, and then you can go ahead and go in with the cream bronzer on top, and it's still going to blend out beautifully. It's not going to skip or look patchy at all, which really pleasantly surprised me. I think that this is going to be one of those bronzers that's just always in my rotation, that I'm always going to reach for on a day when I just want to look good and put together, and I know that this is going to perform for me. And then we've also got this Contour Balm. So as the name suggests, this is a contour product. I'll go ahead and swatch this on my arm so y'all can see. So here's the Contour Balm down here. As you can see, it was a lot more cool tone. It pulled a lot more like a true brown contour color. It wasn't looking really warm or anything like that. Now that being said, if you want to use this as a bronzer contour 2-in-1, I don't think that it pulls so cool toned that it won't work in that way. The way I like like to use these is honestly, I like to use these two products in tandem. I like to go ahead and use the cream bronzer for, you know, bronzing, and then for the contour, I just like to go ahead and work it in the contour, the hollow of the cheek, and blend that out to kind of give me some definition and some sculpt. And I've even used it to do some nose contour. Not that I'm a huge fan of nose contour, but sometimes, you know, I just like to play around with my makeup, try something new, and it's worked well as a nose contour as well. Again, these products are high performance, they're really pigmented, but they blend incredibly well, and despite being cream products, they do blend on top of powders as well. So if you're wearing a powder foundation or you've already set your face with setting powder, you can still use these on top and they're going to blend out beautifully. So those are my favorite makeup products from Black owned brands. So I just want to highlight a couple more products. The first is a skincare product, and it is this Faded Topical Serum. This has actually been out for quite a while. I've been trying to get my hands on it forever, and I swear it's just always sold out. I could never seem to get my hands on it. And then I was just browsing Sephora one day, minding my own business, and what do you know, it was in stock. So I was like, I gotta pick it up real quick because I know it's not gonna be in stock next week. Now, I actually had no idea that this brand, Topicals, I believe is a brand, I had no idea that it was a Black owned brand, but I saw it on Sephora on a page where they were highlighting some products from Black owned brands. But really thinking about it, I'm actually not too surprised. And I say that because this product, Faded, it's meant to help fade hyperpigmentation and correct discoloration and all that within the skin. Now, obviously hyperpigmentation doesn't discriminate, but it is a more prominent issue with people with darker skin tones. I don't have the darkest of skin tones, but I certainly do struggle with hyperpigmentation, and I'm always looking for products that are gonna, you know, address that quickly, because even though hyperpigmentation is something that does resolve itself on its own generally, it can take up to 2 years sometimes for spots to fade without any intervention, and I just don't have that time to be waiting for my skin to clear up. So like I said, I always try to get my hands on whatever solution they have that's supposed to fight hyperpigmentation, and I managed to get this one, and I'm so excited about it. We've actually got a lot of really good hyperpigmentation fighting ingredients in here. All of these are backed by science, proven to help improve the appearance of uneven skin tone and fight hyperpigmentation. We've got things like kojic acid, tranexamic acid, melatonin, niacinamide, licorice root, azelaic acid. This also has alpha arbutin and turmeric root extract, which are some other ingredients that are known for helping to fight hyperpigmentation and promote a more even complexion. And beyond the ingredients meant to address hyperpigmentation, we've got some other good skin loving ingredients in here. We've got ingredients like Centella asiatica, glycerin, shea butter, bisabolol, and allantoin, and these all help to hydrate and soothe the skin. We've got glutathione in here as well, which is another great ingredient to help address hyperpigmentation, and it also serves as a really potent antioxidant ingredient. My only two dislikes about the product, it does contain coconut oil in it. Now, it is very low on the ingredients list. I know coconut oil can be problematic for some skin types, but as someone who has struggled with skin issues from using products that contain coconut oil in the past, this one hasn't given me any issues personally, and it's really low on the ingredients list. I think it's included at a pretty negligible amount, but I did just want to go ahead and point that out because I do like to read through my ingredients lists and just make note of potentially problematic ingredients. This is also fragrance free, but it does have a scent to it as well, and it's not the worst scent, but I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a pleasant scent either. They describe it as having a sulfur scent, kind of. I don't think it's that extreme. It's really not that bad, but the first time you try it, you will just be like, ooh. Just so you know. But honestly, I can't talk enough praise about this product. It's done wonders for my hyperpigmentation, and this is probably my all-time favorite product for fighting hyperpigmentation. This is supposed to be a really strong treatment. You're supposed to initially start off using it like once or twice a week and then build it up to 2 to 3 times a week, but I'm hard-headed. You can't tell me nothing. I've been using it nightly, just a little bit, and I haven't had any issues. The last product I want to talk about is actually a hair product, and it is this Adjua Beauty Balmain Leave-In Conditioning Styler. One problem that I really struggled with my hair for a while was frizziness. In the past, I would just comb it over, let it dry, and it would lay in that general direction, but as it dried, it would start to get a little bit frizzier, which sometimes I didn't mind. I don't mind the body, but other times the frizz was just a little bit out of hand. So I scrolled through the page where Sephora was highlighting products from Black owned brands, and they mentioned this in the hair care section, and it really stuck out to me because of the fact that it's a leave-in conditioning styler. It says here on the bottle that it's for dry textured hair, but on their website they say it's for all hair types. Personally, I like to just go ahead and use a very small amount, like a pea-size amount, and I work it into my wet hair. I find that it just works better if you work it into wet or damp hair. If you work it into dry hair, at least for me personally, it just doesn't spread as evenly, and it can make your hair a little bit stiff. But if I work it in when my hair is damp, it distributes through the hair a lot more evenly, and I don't have a problem with that stiffness as it dries. It does leave my hair feeling soft and bouncy, but it still has a hold to it as well, so I really like to use this as sort of like a styling cream. And like I said, it just leaves my hair feeling silky, healthy, hydrated, keeps it in place, tames the hair, there's no frizz. So that's the end of my video. That's just my little collection of some products from Black-owned brands that I've been enjoying that I want to highlight, because like I said, besides the Fenty Beauty one, I feel like a lot of these are from newer brands and more indie brands that don't have as much exposure. I've really been enjoying them, so I wanted to go ahead and highlight these products today and talk about why I love them. Let me know down in the comments if you have any. What is your favorite product from a Black-owned brand, whether it's skincare, makeup, hair care? Just let me know down in the comments what products from Black-owned brands do you enjoy, what do you recommend checking out. Also, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what type of videos you want to see in the future. If you have any video topics you want me to cover, go ahead and leave those in the comments so I can keep those in mind when I'm sitting down and thinking of things to film. Again, thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead and leave a like down below. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell button as well so that you can stay up to date on all my content. And with that being said, I should be back shortly with new content. Bye.